Welcome back to Sports Extra, presented by Toyota. This is our spring training edition as we come to you live from Tampa, Florida. So about 160 miles from where I stand right now, future Hall of Famer Justin Verlander is easing into spring training with now the third team of his career, a career that includes 3 Cy Young Awards, an MVP, and 2 World Series championships for the 9-time All-Star, who, by the way, turns 40 years old tomorrow. And it all started when he was named Rookie of the Year back in 2006. And that is actually the first time I had the chance to interview Verlander when he was with the Detroit Tigers. But now in a Mets uniform, I had a chance to catch up with him once again in Port St. Lucie. How has Justin Verlander changed as a pitcher since being named Rookie of the Year back in 06?
You know, I had a coach of mine, I believe it was Jim Leland, told me that when he used to watch me throw, there was no, it looked like I was throwing a bullpen. I wasn't really paying attention to what the batters did. You know, it was like if I threw a bad pitch, I didn't pay attention to what the batter told me. I just tried to throw a better pitch, the same one. You know, if I threw a bad curveball, it's like, why'd I throw a bad curveball? I want to throw another one. I want to throw a good one. I can throw a better one. Or if, you know, you hit a fastball, why'd you hit that? I'm going to try to throw it by you. You know, just a little hard-headed, I suppose, which we all are, I think, when we're younger. So, you know, I think I've just learned to adapt and read swings and trust my instincts a little bit differently. And, I mean, you can't play this long in this game without adapting.
Pinpoint fastball. Verlander turns it up to 97 to get Marsh looking.
When we just look at last season alone, how remarkable it was, your comeback after the surgery and everything. How much did you have to adapt your pitching then? And it clearly worked for you.
I mean, if I'm being honest, not much. You know, I think obviously it's a difficult point in your life or in your career when you learn you're going to have Tommy John. I mean, as a pitcher, you know, I dedicated my life to this, and you know, when that's in jeopardy, it's a bit difficult. But the rehab went about as good as I could have possibly imagined, and I felt, even from the very beginning when I started throwing, I felt remarkably like myself. I felt normal. So it was kind of, in my mind, one of those, like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it type of things. If I find myself in the season needing to make adjustments, then I'll make them. But if not, I'm going to try to continue to pitch the way that I was, because that was pretty good.
What has it been like? And I know it's only a short period of time, being reunited with Max Scherzer.
For me, the last time we played together, he was really coming into his own. We played together for 5 or 6 years, I don't know exactly, and he really started to find his way. And when he left Detroit, went to Washington, I feel like he really just took off in his own right. And really towards the last couple of years in Detroit as well, won a Cy Young there. And so just to see that growth from afar, now to get to see it again in person, when my last interaction with him in person was when he was really finding his way. So just to see how comfortable he is now, and just like what he's doing and knowing himself and what makes him successful, it's fun to see.
He has said very similar about you. So we saw the focus, the passion, the intensity that Scherzer brought to the clubhouse, and it was tangible. It changed his clubhouse last year. What do you hope to bring to this clubhouse to just get these Mets over that hump and get deeper into October and that opportunity to win a championship?
We are expected to win here. We're very blessed to have an amazing organization and an amazing owner who has given us an opportunity here and given the city an opportunity to hopefully win a championship, and you have to accept that. And you know, I know that for a while this organization hasn't been able to get over the hump, and I don't know whether that's a mentality thing, or, you know, if you're always waiting for the other shoe to drop, it's going to drop eventually. So, you know, just having that positive mindset. It's a long season. Like, head down, work hard, do the little things. You know, every single day that can help you win 5, 6, 7 extra ball games throughout the course of a year, and you don't know when that moment's going to be. You know, it can be anybody. That's really my message. It can be one game you go from first to third, and all of a sudden you get a sac fly in, and we win that game by 1 run, and we win the division by 1 game. Like, you just don't know when the moment is going to arise that's going to be the difference maker in an entire season. So, you know, you just take nothing for granted and have a positive mindset as much as you possibly can. This game will beat you down, and have fun.
You mentioned organization, and finally, I want to ask you this, Justin. I saw you with Alex Cohen earlier today. To just get to see her, the exuberance between you guys reuniting. What's your relationship like with your new owner, Steve Cohen? What's it like with the two of them, and what you see in this organization that's unique because of the Cohens?
Well, it's been incredible getting to know them. I think, one, the passion for this organization from both of them. It's not just a business for them. It's personal, and you can see that the way they interact, the way they care. I think that's tangible for everyone, including all of the fans in New York. I think they all can see that. So, when you have somebody, when you have owners like that, I mean, what else can you ask for as a player? You know they're behind you 100%. You know that they're in it for the same reasons that you're in it. And when everything is aligned, man, hopefully the stars align as well, and great things happen.
I think New York feels the stars aligned with you and your wife and your family coming to New York. Guys settled yet in the city?
Settled, no. But well on our way. My wife lived in New York for the better part of like 8 or 9 years, and so she knows the city tremendously well. And I lived with her for an off season in New York, which I'm very thankful for now. At the time, as a young kid coming into New York, the teams always put you up, and I don't know why they do this, but you stay in Midtown. Mm-hmm. And I was born and raised in Virginia, right? So you see the movies, you see New York City, and you see all the hustle and bustle, and then all of a sudden they implant you right in the middle of that, and you're like, oh my God, this is crazy. How do people live here? So I'm so happy that I got to live there with Kate. And then once you understand the city and be outside of Midtown, we lived down in Battery Park at the time, and it was just an amazing experience. Like, to know you learn the grid, you know where you're at, you kind of, learn the flow and the energy, and it's just it's addictive. And I'm so thankful for that off season now, because now it's not a thing that I'm nervous about. It's a thing I'm excited about, being back in the city, and I know Kate is as well. And our daughter's pretty savvy, so I think she loved the city. When we came and visited New York this year, we played the Yankees and the Mets, so we were there for like 6 or 7 days. And a few days in, walking around the city, my daughter looks up at us. She's like, "I love this city." And
she knew. She had a feeling.
She knows. Well, she doesn't fall far from the tree, so.
Oh, that's awesome. You sound like an old-time New Yorker, Justin. Great to talk to you. Good luck this season. Really appreciate your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.